Hey, you're really pretty.
Oh, thank you.
I know these kids.
Who?
Dude, his older sister is like older.
Oh, wait. You mean this guy?
Yeah, that's you.
I get that so much, bro. I really do. I honestly don't even see what resemblance either. No, I don't even see it. Like, this is definitely not me. That's not me.
Bro, that is him, bro.
Does this look like me?
They don't even look alike.
I just want to take the time to elaborate a little bit on how effed up it is for these women to do OF, considering the fact that their whole family tree is going to be disgraced. You know what? I don't need to elaborate anymore. That's enough.
Okay, so a little while ago, I did a video, and in that video I said about how lots of men are not in love or haven't been in love and have lied about it. And a bunch of you girls were saying, what do you mean by that? Like, what is this about? And I don't see many videos on this on social media, especially on TikTok. And something I don't think a lot of women realise, which is kind of a harsh truth to accept, and I think if a lot of men were honest with you, they would tell you this, they'd admit this. But lots of men either haven't been in love or are not in love with their partners. And I'm saying this from speaking to lots of men. And the amount of men that have said to me, yeah, actually, I've never really been in love. I've just sort of said it because I thought it was the right thing to say. Or I said it because she told me. Or I said it because I thought that it would come eventually. The amount of men that have openly told me that they're married but they've settled because they couldn't get the woman they wanted. Or they didn't get the woman because they set a standard the guy wasn't trying to reach or work for or work towards, so he'd rather lose her and have somebody easier, confirming the taxi cab theory. I know men that have been in love with women and they've got rid of them because they wasn't ready in time, and then again, taxi cab theory, they've waited for somebody who is wanting the same things around the same time as them, more strategy based rather than love based. Whereas lots of women, they won't be ready for a relationship, but they'll meet a guy, they'll fall in love and they'll make it work. Lots of men, they'll have the girl of their dreams, but they won't be where they want to be in life, so they'll get rid of her, spend the whole life being heartbroken, get a woman they don't truly love, waste her time and their own, and be kind of like miserable but keep it together for the kids. Another thing a lot of women don't realise, lots of men are in very unhappy relationships and marriages, but only stay for the children, thinking that that's somehow better, even though your kids can pick up on it, but that's a video for a different day, when they're not been in love. And the amount of men that I've dated and they've been like, yeah, I thought I was in love before, but actually I wasn't. Or men will lie and say stuff like, you know how often guys will be like, oh, I don't finish from below, so you try harder. Lots of men will be like, oh, I didn't love anyone till you, because a lot of these men want you to feel special. That one's a lot rarer. Like, most men are not going around being like, oh, I've never been in love until you. That's more like very narcissistic based, but it does happen. But there are lots and lots of men who don't know what love feels like. I know so many men that say, I don't know what it's like to be in love. Or I'll say to them, have you been in love? And they'll be like, I think so. And I'm like, it's a bit like an orgasm. If you don't know, you haven't. And it's really sad. A lot of men are too scared to fall in love because they don't want to have that level of vulnerability, because it means they could be hurt. So instead they choose to be with women that they're either not going to fall in love with because it's safer, or they was in love when they were younger and it ended and they got hurt. So they just decide to emotionally distance themselves as they get older. And out of all the men I've spoke to, I would say 70% of those men have told me they said I love you and they didn't mean it. They said I love you to a woman because she said it first or because they thought it would develop. And unfortunately, as sad as it is, I'm not trying to be a negative Nelly and put a dampener on things, but there are lots of men that don't love their wives. Another reason why I like being single and wouldn't want to be with somebody unless we both equally loved each other.
Yeah, right. That's why you're still single. A lot of guys tell women that, oh, I love you and you're the woman of my dreams, but I'm just not ready right now. They tell women that because it's not true and they just want to get rid of you. They got what they wanted from you. They didn't see you as wife material, but that's a way to let you down easy. Men lock down women they see as wives. Fucking period. It's that simple. And you know, men settle because we realize that at some point you just got to move on with life. A lot of men do settle, but we do it for the kids, we do it for our legacy. And a big part of being in a relationship for 50 years isn't it being a fairy tale. A lot of being in a relationship is practical. You know, this is somebody who's here for me, they're good to my kids, they're not the worst person in the world, I can make this work. Men make things work, even if it's not perfect or a fairy tale. Unlike women, the first sign of it not being a fairy tale, a lot of times, women jump ship. But I'm not going to talk you guys' ears off. I think I made my points.
He's out of line, but he's right.